Welcome to another edition of the Metal Voice.
Yes.
This is one of our part 4 now.
Part 4, I think.
Of global metal.
Tell us about the show.
This will be,
yes,
believe it or not, the country is Poland.
Yes.
Killer kielbasas.
Heavy pierogi metal.
Power pierogies. We're doing Poland today. Why Poland, Jim?
You know what, Alan? I just don't like to go to the typical places. I want to go behind the Iron Curtain.
Okay.
Or it was behind the Iron Curtain. It's interesting to go to these off the beaten path places, just to see what the metal scene is like over there. And
there you go.
The diamonds and the roughs.
And again, actually, this is our 5th episode of Global Metal.
Maybe.
Yeah. We did Desert Metal.
Look at us.
Canada Metal.
Wow.
German. Greek.
And here we go. Poland. Here we go. Poland.
Welcome to our 5th edition of Global Metal.
That's what it is. Let's start it off.
Go
Top
ahead.
10 pierogi metal bands. Here we go. Number 10. You ready for this, Alan?
Yeah, sure.
Mech.
Mech.
I guess it's pronounced Mech.
M-E-C-H.
Mech. Or
Check
Mech.
out their website. We don't want to get any infringement problems, so just we'll name the bands. We'll give you the websites.
Yes.
Go out and check them out. The Polish Aussie.
The Polish Aussie.
I think that's enough said.
You turn this on and you go, wait a second.
It's Aussie.
It's Aussie singing in Polish.
And it
works.
It works.
It sounds like it's. You know what I thought of, Alan? I go, if Black Sabbath ever loses Ozzy as their singer, there you go.
And if you ever decide
replacement,
if he decides to sing in English rather than Polish, he could be a good fit.
Actually, he does sing on a few tracks that are English, and they do a couple English tracks. I mean,
there you go.
And it sounds like, I would say, the Osmosis period.
Okay.
So if you love the Osmosis period, if you love Poland and you don't mind hearing the language of Polish in your metal, then this is for you. Polish Aussie metal.
Number 9.
Number 9. We're going number 9. Kruk.
Yeah.
Kruk.
That would be K-R-U-K.
Kruk.
And again, if we're mispronouncing this, we apologize.
Yes.
You know, his voice, the singer's voice here, reminds me a little bit of Russell Allen from
yes.
Adrenaline Mob and, of course, Symphony X.
Mm-hmm.
They got that power metal.
Yeah, I wouldn't say power. I would say more of the Deep Purple. Oh. There's a little bit of blues there, a little organ, a little John Lord organ sound, and a very melodic as well, and great vocals, like you said.
Yeah, I was like, it was great vocals. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're very interesting. I guess their last album was called Before He'll Kill You, and they got a new album called B3.
There you go.
All right, Kruk. Number 8. 8. Seti. Seti. Did you hear this one?
No,
Alan?
not this one. I didn't have a chance.
Yeah, what's wrong with you, Alan? We're doing a Poland metal here. Seti. Well, the album's called Ghost of the Universe. It was released in 2011.
Okay.
It's somewhere between Whitesnake, power metal, thrash, and the singer once again.
Whitesnake thrash. I already got lost with you.
If you put it on, you'll understand. Okay. We'll put the link to the band's website and a couple of tracks. It's thrash, Whitesnake, blues, metal, and the highlight is the vocalist.
Okay.
Very distinct sounding vocalist.
David Coverdale-ish, you were saying?
I would say David Coverdale-ish, but again, he doesn't sound like David Coverdale. He kind of reminds you of David Coverdale in some way.
He hints.
I like hints. Accents.
Okay.
I want to say something else before we continue.
Yes, we should.
The Polish language is a very interesting language. It's similar to German. It's very harsh and brutal.
I don't know if
it works. It works well with metal. English works well with metal, German works well with metal, as we've seen with Rammstein, and Polish works very well with metal. Not to say any other language in the world doesn't work well with metal, but these languages, I guess it's the consonants in the language, that they're more brutal and harsh, and that's what metal is. Brutal and harsh.
They jump out at you.
Exactly. Too many K's, too many C's. All right, here we go. You ready? Number 7.
Okay.
Hold on to your seat.
I'll try.
You ready?
Yep.
Pathfinder.
Pathfinder, yeah. Pleasant surprise. I thought they were really good. They had a little bit of, symphonic, progressive power element. If you like Rhapsody of Fire or maybe Epica, Nightwish, that type of symphonic kind of sounding, I think you'd really like Pathfinder. I had them actually higher on the top 10 list.
Okay.
So.
It's all right.
I put them like number 2 or 3.
Okay, but well, that's good to know.
Jim put them a little lower. So, average it out, say they're number 5.
Number 7, number 5. It's close enough. Pathfinder.
Pathfinder.
All right, here we go. You ready? Number 6.
Okay.
Chassis.
Chassis.
So you got new metal, contemporary metal of the day, very melodic, Polish sounding metal riffs, death metal vocals, and very catchy. So if you're into some sort of contemporary of today metal sound, then you'll really like this album. It's called Social Distortion. And I'm sure you would enjoy it, Alan.
I've seen Social Distortion live, but I haven't heard the album Social Distortion by Chassis.
Chassis.
I haven't.
So check out Chassis, Social Distortion, number 6. Here we go, number 5. These are your favorite bands.
Okay.
We're going to get into death metal.
There's a few.
Behemoth. Behemoth. I mean, in Poland, death metal and brutal or harsh metal is very popular, and you can't do a top 10 list in Poland without including Behemoth.
Right.
So if you, Al and I aren't the biggest death metal fans, correct?
That's fair to say.
That's fair to say. However, you can't do a list without Behemoth. If you love death metal, no question, you're gonna love
How long have they been around?
They've been around a while.
They've been around
a while. Yeah, they've been around a while.
That's saying something.
That's right. Anyways, their last album is called Evangelon.
Okay.
Hey man, Evangelon?
That's
Evangelon.
Yeah, sure.
All right, 2009. Check it out.
Evangelon.
All right, here we go. Number 4. I know you know this band.
Yes.
Number 4. It's actually, I'm going to name 2 bands.
Okay.
It's Acid Drinker.
Acid Drinker.
And Anti-Tank Nun.
And why is that, Jim? Because they share the same lead vocalist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a side project, Anti-Tank Nun.
That's right.
That's right.
Anti-Tank Nun.
None. Not done.
And they're led by a 14-year-old guitarist.
Well, not anymore for it.
Well, he might have been. His name's Igor Gwadir.
Yes, it just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, sorry if I mispronounced that. But it's quite impressive. See all these hirsute men around, and you see this little guy about this tall, 14 years old. You couldn't believe it.
So talented.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
And the same vocalist, that gruff vocal style. I think
Venom.
If you like one, you like the other because it's the same vocalist. And the music is fairly similar.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. If you love Venom, they're the Polish Venom. He even kind of looks like Kronos.
Really?
Yeah, it kind of looks like in a way.
Yeah.
I mean,
Maybe a young
Titus. His name is Titus.
Titus, that's right.
That's Titus. So Acid Drinkers, who've been around since, let's say, the late 80s,
yeah, I was
early
surprised,
90s.
like 86 or something.
They're
like
huge.
That.
They're huge in Poland. Brutal, harsh metal. That's what I would call it.
And that's why we're doing this. I mean, they've been around for over 30 years now, or going on 30 years. And nobody outside of Poland maybe is aware of them. And now, like, we want to share them with you for that reason. Because I know, for myself, in North America, I don't think Acid Drinkers is that too well known. I could be mistaken. But that's why we do these shows, to kind of get you outside the...
And interested in bands that are, you know...
So those two would go hand in hand, I would say, Jim.
Absolutely.
Acid
for number
Drinkers
4.
and Anti-Nun Tank.
Anti-Tank Nun.
Yeah.
It's called Hang 'Em High, their album by Anti-Tank Nun. And Acid Drinkers, their latest album is called La Part du Diable.
Really?
It's in French, but it's not in French.
It's very nice.
But I really like Acidophilia.
La Part du Diable.
Here we go. Number 3. Ready for number 3?
Yes.
Again, Alan, we're going to death metal.
Death metal.
It's Vader. How can you not have a top 10 list without Vader?
You have to put
They're
Vader on.
huge in the death metal community.
Sure. It says it all, Jim.
It says it all. So if you love death metal, I'll repeat it again. Vader. Huge in Poland.
Are they known outside of Poland? You said they're one of the biggest
Yes,
names.
they're international.
They're international.
International.
I've heard of them.
Vader. Not Darth Vader.
No.
Not Darth Vader.
No,
Just
he's
Vader.
more into disco.
We're going to number 2. Number 2. This is a band that reminds me of Rammstein. So they're the Polish equivalent to Rammstein.
Okay.
They got a lot of folk. They got a lot of techno metal or new metal. Industrial is another word. They're just all over the place. Even a little proggy and moody and doomy. And they're called Hunter. They sing mostly in English, but they sing mostly in Polish.
Okay.
And they have a couple of melodies or choruses in English. They are just superb. You should check them out. Their last album is called Hellwood.
Hellwood by Hunter.
By Hunter.
And that's a fairly new album, Jim? Fairly new release?
Well, 2009.
Oh, 2009. We're going on 2013, so not really. And that's their last album.
That's their last album.
You sure they're still around?
They're still around.
Okay. Well, hats off to Hunter.
Hats off to Hunter.
Now, number one was a unanimous choice, I think it's safe to say. Crystal Vipers.
You don't really build it up, Alan. You're supposed to say, all right, everybody, is everybody ready for number
And now, the number one Polish band.
Number one Polish band.
Possibly of all time.
Yes.
All future, past, and present combined.
Yes.
They're that good.
They're that good.
And it was such a pleasant surprise.
Yes.
It would be the one and only.
The one and only.
In our estimation. Yes. Here on The Metal Voice.
We did all the numbers. We did the computations.
Yeah, we did.
Averaged the charts, averaged it out.
Divided by pi. And we came out with Crystal Viper.
Crystal Viper.
Led by Gabriel Marta.
Yes.
Female singer.
Crimen Exempta. That's our last album.
You have to really, I mean, there's a great, we found a lot, Storm Rider, a lot of bands, Vopal Normad. Mm-hmm. These are bands that we've come to know through listeners and watchers and viewers out there, and this was another great surprise. Crystal Vipers, again, a little bit of everything, a little like the, female vocals, but not necessarily a symphonic like Tarja of Nightwish or that type of vocals, but she plays bass as well. She's a multi-instrumentalist.
What genre would you classify that? It's tough.
Kind of like really it is. They got a few acoustic numbers on the album, and she's a multi-instrumentalist.
Yeah.
So
and usually I'm not
four-piece band.
I'm not a guy who really who really likes female singers.
No, he doesn't.
I don't. Not to say that they're not great. I'm just saying.
I'm not into.
But Crystal Vipers is the exception. She's got this brutal, Ian Gillan-esque, Rob Halford kind of style.
At first listen, you're like, wait a minute,
yeah,
is that a guy or? Because you're not sure.
Yeah.
And it's not the gruff death metal.
No,
There's a lot of females out there that do a great job with the death metal vocals, the growls, but this is. It's not one of those Leaves' Eyes where it's kind of
everybody
elfish, airy, fairy, the tone. It's right there.
It's right there. It's thrashy,
cojones.
Metal.
That's what I'm saying. It's got cojones. It's got a pair.
All right, Crystal Viper.
Crystal Viper.
That's right. Number one, pierogi, heavy metal band.
Check it out. It's our pick of the week. Let's start a new episode. Pick of the week on the Metal Boys. Going to Poland for Crystal Viper. Check out Crystal Viper.
All right.
The Polish 100. We just focused on the top 10. It could have gone to top 1,500 Polish bands of all time, but we focused on the top 10. And again, we want to check them all out. That's where our global metal show is all about. Bring you stuff that you might not normally even know existed. And Crystal Viper is definitely a unanimous choice amongst all the others we mentioned.
And we always have a muse. Every time we do a show, we have a muse. So this time it was Arcadius. He helped me out.
Arcadius.
He sent me all kinds of links, and he really aided us in just listening to a lot of different Polish bands that we didn't know about. And thank you very much, Arcadius. Very cool name. Should be a name of the band of a Polish band.
Really?
Yes.
It's a cool name. And again,
number one, Arcadius!
If you don't agree with our top 10, well, now you know who to blame. So. But thanks to Arcadius for those fine suggestions. Some really pleasant surprises in there. And you should check it out as well.
All right,
so
see you next
thanks
time.
for tuning in to Part 5, Global Metal Poland. See you soon.